staffing. As you know, the school year started. Some of the classes are still overcrowded. We know at the high school there are still some issues. We know at the elementary school, and we hired just 2 teachers to alleviate that, and we support that. However, last year when the budget was presented, was passed, and we did cuts, one of the things that we were told is that the pain was going to be shared.
The pain?
The pain, the cut, we had a lot of cuts. We have a lot of teachers in Nexus, elementary, English teachers, technology, et cetera, et cetera. I see that administration has not been touched. As a matter of fact, we're adding more administrators.
We pay the pool.
Well, besides those, I know that there's a posting already out there. We voted for the board voted to accept the resignation of the assistant superintendent for curriculum instruction. However, I see that there's a posting for an executive director for elementary education and assistant superintendent for education and programs.
We didn't vote on that.
I know that, but I just want to bring it to your attention.
I just want to bring it to your attention.
Thank you. That we are concerned that we are adding more administrators. We have hired deans, we have hired an extra dean, we are hiring more and more administrators, yet teachers have been cut. We have teachers in the excess list. Class sizes in some of the buildings are very, very, very large, close to 40 in some areas. And we are concerned that the pain is not being shared. We are being asked to do a lot more with a lot less, yet we are seeing that administration is growing. And I know you're not dealing with that issue today, but I just I want to bring it to your attention that we are concerned. And that is a big issue.
Thank you. And I want to apologize for what I said to you about you being against African Americans in any way. I want to deeply apologize for that. All right? You're doing a wonderful job, and I want you to keep doing what you're doing because we appreciate you. But on the other hand,
Mr. Tillery, may I say something?
Excuse me, let him finish.
I want to thank you for your apologies. It means a lot to me because I was deeply hurt when you made that comment because that comment was very inaccurate. So I was deeply hurt. So I want you to know. So I was very hurt.
absolutely, and I would be hurt too. Now, on the other hand, Mr. Robert Garez. Okay. Now, I'm not here to demean his character, but there are several complaints about him among the employees who keep our school sanitary. We are talking about a man who was in the news when he worked for the Elmont School District. A man who was sued and had his case won against him for something I won't mention.
Sir.
He threatens?
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, can I ask you please to cease with that at this time, please?
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to skip that and I want to go here.
Okay, go to the next one.
Okay. He threatens people's jobs who worked here for 15, 20 to 30 years.
Could we just
Okay.
go to the next agenda, yeah? Without his
Right.
name?
No, this is it. This is it. Because, I will end it like this. There are many people who is complaining that it's been very disrespectful to them. And the only thing that I want to say is that this is 2012. This is not 1950, not 1940, not 1930.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're going to have to check yourself.
Thank you, sir. Next
As I drop
item,
the
Ms.
mic.
Wilson.
Madam Chair, may I respond?
Sir, I would prefer that you're not Mr. Garris. It's not necessary. I'm sorry, Mr. Garris, if you feel offended, I'm deeply sorry.
William Watson, treatment of staff by Robert Garris.
Agenda that just took place tonight, you would realize that that situation was taken care of. Following the agenda, we voted on what we had to do. So we took, no, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Let me, I just can explain. Mr. Garris was denied tenure this evening, so he's no longer in our service.
I just want to address the board, and again, as my brother has said, to thank you for understanding the pain of the employees of this district, and certainly that we want to resolve a lot of the issues, but we say again, thank you, because we know how hard they work, we know basically their history, because we all grew up together. And so again, I say to the board, thank you for understanding that the workers have rights, and they've done a great job. We want to commend them for their years of service.
Thank you, Dr. Watson, President. Ms.
I'm
Wilson?
doing wonderful, Madam President. Good to see you and glad for you. And to the entire board, I know on tonight that y'all did not address this issue, but on the behalf of my president, the beloved Sister Jeannie Collins, we have a grave concern. We have a grave concern about security inside the high school here, that it is inadequate and they are very much short.
Repeat that again, sir.
That the security inside the high school here is very inadequate and very short, and they're having a lot of issues. And I believe that it is
Make note, Ms. Wright, make note of that, please.
our job to be able to keep these children safe to and from school and also while they're here. And I think it is impossible to do that when you have a staff that is very much short. And I'll ask on the behalf of the president, Sister Collins, in our absence, that the board will please revisit that access list because we need those folks.
Mr. Vice
badly.
President, if you
Yes,
will
ma'am.
excuse me and not interrupt your
Yes,
conversation,
ma'am.
but we will be dead on top of it, and we're gonna deal with a little of it tonight, right, Trustee Hobbs? We're gonna start dealing with some of it tonight.
Yes.
But we will be dealing with your issues, and we have got those complaints, and it didn't go unheard or
Yes.
uneared. Just help us.
Yes.
Just help us, and
Yes,
I know that
ma'am.
you will.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I thank y'all so kindly in
Well, we
advance.
thank you.
Yes.
So you know what? I ain't gonna never try to overtalk the preacher.
So your concern will take it into consideration, and we have some new staff coming in tomorrow, once it's approved tonight.
Not new, recall.
Not new, recall, from recall.
Thank you so kindly.
Because we was gonna have medals again. We were having throwing bullets at us. Okay, Ms. Wright, let's go.
Just the reason why I asked that question, last Saturday, we were having children practice up here, and we walked out to the field to watch the game. We weren't going to perform, but we were going to watch the game. And we seen 3 ladies selling, I guess you had to pay entrance for the game. And I seen about maybe 10 or 15 kids on the side. Now, I know, Mr. Ray, you spoke about that, and I'm hoping that you as well would not have walked past these students that didn't have a dollar to get in the game. So that's why I said, I've never heard of all the 34 years that I've been in Hempstead, I've never heard about paying for a game besides homecoming. I mean, we don't have a lot of spectators, we don't have a lot of school spirit here at all. So we shouldn't deny anybody who wants to come show some school spirit.
Do you know who started that? Because we didn't charge last year for the games.
Well, this past week, we did charge for the game, but I was told that Mr. Evans' school had the gate. It was 3
But you-
different teachers.
You know what happened, Dr. Garcia, and forgive me for not getting, as Ms. Wilson get it to you. What's it, Ahmed? He said that he gave Mr., excuse me, wait a minute. He said he gave permission, he told me he gave Mr. Evans permission to do it because they wanted to start a readers club or something. But that is just something that, it has been put to rest, they cannot do it anymore. So whoever did it, we will just forgive them, okay, and it won't happen again. Now you wanna know about charging for homecoming for the tables, is that what you're asking?
No, not at all. I
Okay.
was saying, I can see if the clubs had to raise money, as Mr. Ray was saying, to
Okay.
fundraise, then they can set up a hot dog hamburger table,
Yeah.
as in the
Are you all
PTA
doing
has
it
done.
for homecoming? You
Well,
the PTA
homecoming, there's
president.
Homecoming, there's difference.
Different.
We have a meeting next week.
Because this is a personnel matter, and I don't think it's fair
Okay,
to address that. I do want to say that Dr. Hill did an outstanding job.
okay.
I want to thank her.
And thank you, we thank Dr. Hills. I'd like to thank Dr. Hill on the behalf of what the superintendent of schools said, and Ms. Tina. I trust that Dr. Hill, Ms. Lake, I trust that Dr. Garcia will get with you at a later date and you all will discuss this. She said because it's personnel, because see, personnel, we cannot discuss personnel, and you know that, Ms. Lake. Thank you.
From my understanding, I was told that we were gonna get a new,
Audience, please.
we were gonna get a new guy.
Miss Gypsy, I know you ain't doing that talking. Well, leave her alone. Leave Miss Gypsy alone, please. Please leave her alone. Miss Ryan, please. Okay, go right ahead. Okay, go right ahead. Please, Miss Lady.
I was told that, when Mrs. Hernandez went out, the bilingual guidance counselor.
That is being looked into, Miss Lake, I can tell you right now.
Oh,
Dr.
okay.
Garcia is looking into that. And I don't have an answer for you this evening, superintendent, to find that out and let us know, and you will be,
She might have the answer, Mrs.
no, she said, yes, they do,
Oh, they do?
yes,
Oh, so each principal knows?
yes. So just ask any principal and they'll know about it, okay? Yes, so that you can get to the principals, and that information should flow to all the PTA presidents, I would think. Ms. Lake, would you mind leaving the mic with us, please? Thank you so much. Give her a hand, she's an excellent.
Failing at alarming rates. My son took a class all year and the teacher didn't get across, but someone taught it during the summer and he understood it. Why don't
Repeat
the
that
schools-
again.
Her son took a class all year and the teacher did not get across, but someone taught it during the summer and he understood it. Why don't the schools have toilet paper once again? Why aren't 10th graders taking SATs in the 10th grade so that they can, I don't know.
Excuse me,
get something at an early age.
Can you just tell us what the school don't have
Early
tissue?
admissions,
High school,
High school?
the teachers' bathrooms don't have toilet paper, and the students' bathrooms don't have toilet paper.
Okay, that will be rectified tomorrow morning. Dr. Garcia, could you put a, excuse me, please? No, somebody may be taking it home. People borrow stuff. Dr. Garcia, could you please take care of that tomorrow morning, please? Next. Yeah, right, okay. Excuse me, audience, please,
I'm not
please.
exaggerating. I
Ms. Ryan, I don't think that you will stand before me
and tell a lie.
with the God you serve,
Thank you.
okay? So, next question, Ms. Wright? Ms. Wright.
The teacher's teaching the class and her son didn't get the work all school year and he got it in summer school.
And got it, failed it. And got
He
it,
went to school 9 months and took it 6 weeks and passed it
and got an 80, failed it with a 55 and got an 88 in summer school.
in 6 weeks.
In 6 weeks.
Well, where was this teacher? Was teaching summer school?
And they went to the city and they teach it in the city.
It was
I
the same
different-
teacher?
No, different teacher.
Excuse me, audience, please, Ms. Lake,
Look,
please.
Dr. Garcia shaking her head yes.
Dr. Garcia, could you care to explain?
No, she can't.
No, don't, Ms. Ryan,
okay.
I'm the chair of this
sorry.
meeting.
I'm sorry.
No, we do need to hear something. I'm not asking her to call anybody's name, but are you in agreement with her, Dr. Garcia?
What would you like me to explain?
No, if a child can get it and go to school 9 months and can't get it and go to school 6 weeks and get it, somebody need to explain
Let
something.
me make the analogies.
Okay.
Teachers are saying like doctors or like attorneys, and we have a doctor that we might go to and give us a remedy that's not applicable, and we go to another doctor and then we cure. We have an attorney that will win a case, and we have another attorney that will not win a case. So it's the same situation. We do have your concern, and we will be working with that teacher.
There's 2 of them.
I only know about one, but you
Okay.
can give me the name of the other one later.
I'll give you the name of it later. But my concern is this. Now I'm gonna say this. I don't mean to cut you off. There's 2 teachers in this school district that I am overly concerned with. And there are several parents that are overly concerned with these 2 teachers. 2 that are dream killers in this school district. Dream killers, smashers of children's dreams. They do not belong here. And I'm gonna give you their names later.
Thank you.
Okay? And then I'm gonna go past that. I'm gonna go on. Because I don't want to, because I gotta pray on them 2 people. That,
Say their names.
No. I can't.
Audience, please.
I'm sorry. I just gotta say that. Madam President,
Yes, ma'am.
it keep me up at night praying. I gotta get up at 3:45 in the morning to pray for these 2 people. Because they can call me and tell me my son disrespects them, but you couldn't call me and tell me my kid was failing. I got a problem with that.
All right.
Okay, electronics and hats. My father-in-law was a principal in the South Bronx. My husband had so many toys and hats because when he said don't bring them to school, if he confiscated it, it belonged to my husband. We have to put consequences behind disrespect. If we say don't bring them, if we take them, keep them. Don't be worried about these parents coming up here yelling at the teachers and parents. If they bring them and the code of conduct says
Audience, please,
they
please.
can't have them here, if we take them, keep them. I bet you the parents won't let them bring them when they see that their stuff ain't coming home at night. Because they're not listening.
Could I say something about that?
They may not know.
I agree with you with the kids with hats and stuff like, but they wasn't assigned lockers. So what are you gonna do?
No.
If
Well,
let me
okay,
finish.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
They haven't been assigned lockers yet. So if they walk in the, if they have their hat on, they take their hat off. The only place they're gonna hold it is in their hand, and as soon as they walk down the hall, they're gonna put it back on their head. They need.
I'm sorry, go ahead. But now I'm talking about but I talked to a young girl and she had her headset on. That's dangerous because I called her 6 times and she couldn't hear me.
Right.
And if the place is on fire or something is happening, that's
Listen,
dangerous.
again, if we assign lockers, they can have somewhere to put these things.
Okay, well, that's another issue. All right, I'm gonna
Good
get
to
back.
see you. Seen you in a long time. Well, you sending your child out of district? That's right, to Roosevelt.
Yes, he is.
Bring him back.
I'll bring him back as soon as I see a change.
All right.
I don't
Just
see
work
a
with
change.
us, okay?
I-
Just
but
work with us.
And as far as the transportation department,
Mhm.
I never had a problem.
Excuse me, audience, please. Look like I see my friend Miss B. Thomas back there, my church member. It look like her. I don't know if that's her or not. Excuse me. Okay. Now, you don't have transportation.
I have transportation,
Mhm.
but the corner where we are is very dangerous.
Oh, they want him to walk to the corner.
Yes, because at that corner, there was a shooting there at the beginning of this month. And last year, there was a murder
Mhm.
at the next corner from that. So it's a huge safety issue.
Okay.
I spoke to Dr. Garcia today,
Mhm.
and I still haven't heard anything.
How many children on that corner?
Well, just one right
Just
now.
only your son?
Yes.
No other kid stands there?
No. And it's at 6:30 in the morning, so it's gonna start getting dark.
What?
soon.
What?
We're gonna
That
start-
you have to be at the bus stop at 6:30?
Yes.
What time does school start?
8 o'clock.
Audience, please. At what time?
8 o'clock.
So why does he have to be at 6:30? Because the bus has to stop to pick up other kids?
Yes, he's one of the first ones to get on the bus.
Okay, and there are no other kids in that neighborhood going to that same school?
Maybe on Manor, maybe there's a few kids on Manor,
But they don't come to that stop?
not at that stop.
Okay.
So the bus company is stating that they would have to put them on a smaller bus.
Mhm.
But that means you would have to pay, Hempstead School District would have to pay more money.
Mm-hmm.
So I pay taxes,
Mm-hmm.
I approve the school budget,
Mhm.
I don't see where there should be a problem with him getting a bus.
Well, you know, let me not make you any promises that we can't keep, but let me make you one promise, because I did try to get to you, but I could not. Remember, I did return the call. Let us say that we will get back to you within the next 4 to 5 days. Would you give us that?
We
Work-
already discussed it today. We have today, she came to me today and we already called the bus company, we have an answer.
Okay. So she has an answer for you.
I've spoken with the bus company, and in.
Could you take the mic, please?
I'm so sorry.
I spoke with the bus company in detail right after I spoke to you. This year, they have to use the large bus, not the minibus, to pick up the children along that route. They can, I know Surrey Lane, I live the next street over. If you go into Surrey Lane with a large bus, you can't get out.
Yes, you can. They did it last year and the year before. There's
He
a
had a
cul-de-sac at
he had a
the end
smaller
of Surrey
bus.
Lane.
And
And the
smaller
bus,
bus.
no, it was a huge bus. It was a big bus that came down, stopped at the corner of Surrey and my block, and then went down to the cul-de-sac, turned around and came back out. It was not a problem for 2 years. Now all of a sudden, it's a problem. It's an issue.
I will check it again, but I had a specific discussion with him.
I told
And
them
he
that
said
too.
that,
Well, excuse me, Mr. Long, I think this just needs some clarification.
I'll
Just,
discuss it again with him.
please, and
But
Mr.
I
Long,
did in
can-
detail.
when will you be able to get back to her?
Tomorrow, because I
Okay.
spoke with him today,
Okay.
and he was very, very sorry about it. He said last year the bus wasn't, there are 3 size buses, and it was not the big bus.
Well,
Last
says-
year was the smaller bus. The year
Right.
before that, it was the big bus.
He says
They
he
did
can't get in
use
there.
He did
okay,
get in there.
excuse me, Mr. That's okay. I
I'll
think,
talk to him again.
Mr. Long, please. Okay,
It's a
please.
safety issue.
Look, I did not, I tried to call you, but I couldn't to no avail. So you should hear from me. I would say give me till Monday, but you'll hear from Mr. Long tomorrow.
Absolutely, I'll talk to him again.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you very kindly. Speak it to the mic so I can hear.
To the superintendent, to the board. First of all, I want to say one thing.
I've been in the school.
Excuse me, Miss, now you know you're wrong.
I know.
Okay.
I've been in Hempstead for 35 years. I've had, like you said, I've raised 31 children. We adopted 16 of them.
That's
For
right.
the first time this year, in all of the years, I've seen one person to come to
Excuse me, Miss
school.
Woman, is that mic on?
Okay.
Okay, that's right, yeah.
Bishop Hobbs, on the first day, was in our school. That's the first time I've ever seen a board member, and I'm there on the first day. Okay, and I say that's a change. I was so happy to see him at Marshall. I have a child at Marshall and a child at Franklin. He went to both of those schools because I was there at the same time. And I appreciate that, checking the schools out. Now, the second thing I want to talk about before we get into Percy Jackson. Marshall School does not have security guard to cross those small kids. I'm out there with my car, stopping the traffic so the kids can get across the street. Why don't we have a security guard there to cross the kids when they don't get on the bus? Like some of the buses are not there. So we need that to take care of. Second thing. Crossing guards? Crossing guard, yes. Crossing guard, I'm
For
sorry.
the village, yeah.
Yeah, for the village. They don't, I have to go to the village for that? Gotcha.
No, we'll transfer.
Okay, now,
We'll
Percy
take care of
Jackson.
it, yeah.
That's my,
Well, we will, let me say, we will, all the board members said about the same thing. They all begin to think alike up here.
all right.
They will get to the village. So, right, make a note, Ms. Wright, that the village will be, right, make a note that the village will be contacted tomorrow.
Thank you. Now, Percy Jackson. I've been with Percy Jackson over 25 years. I've had 30 children to go to Percy Jackson.
That's right.
It's the safest after-school program. In all the 30 years, I've never had one incident negative about Percy Jackson at all. They say send the kids to Kennedy. No, they can't go to Kennedy Park. They tell you to send your kids someplace else. Now, we don't have the funds, so they said for Percy Jackson. My question is, can the board, can we extend Percy Jackson as an after-school program? Can we put them in the school? Can they go into the school since the schools now have no money in after school? Can we do something as far as putting Percy Jackson after school? Can we address the issue of saving Percy Jackson? Because between 20 blocks, either way you go, north, east, west, south, there is nothing else for the children.
Ms. Mark, let me tell you, you're so 100% right. I think we said that tonight. And the superintendent, I know she has, and Dr. Rivers on their desk, meaning, and I'm sure it will trickle down to the board shortly, that we need to do something in that area because we are trying to, as I said, as the board said earlier, not I, as these four members, Trustee Simmons and Trustee Ray and Trustee Brazeley and Trustee Hobbs, they want to save our kids. Now we do have a great issue over there that we need to put some money in some kind of way. We have some soft money. And I'm taxpayers, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I refer to grant money as soft money, taxpayers' money as hard money when we pass it in the budget. That we need, hopefully, that Percy Jackson brought a composition to you, Dr. Okay.
There's a, Mrs.
Marshall.
Marshall,
Yes.
nice meeting you. There's a process for that, and I think Dr. Rivers is getting ready to send a letter to Mrs. Marshall. There's a program called 21st Century, and we have partners from the community. However, we are in the process for round 6. The partners have to be part of the grant and also approved by the state. So in the process of going to round 6 of 21st Century, and you're one of the person that we are inviting to come and be a partner with us. So there's some requirement to be a partner. So any community organization has to be a partner, and they have to be approved from the state in order to be on the 21st Century.
Yeah, now, Doctor, you know when this is going to take place?
When is 21st? When is round 6 is due?
Round 6 RFP doesn't come out until October.
Oh, okay, after, so can y'all just hold to after October 15, which is on its way?
Well, we will because the parents there now.
Okay.
And the our staff members are working free. They don't get paid.
Okay.
And we trying to fundraise.
And you know, and y'all do us a favor and hold it down over there, please. Because audience, please, this is important. As we said, we are going to save our children in Hempstead. On every corner, you know, the board is going to consider, and I'm not saying they're going to do it, this high school needs to be open to 9 or 10 o'clock. There's no place for our kids to go.
Amen.
Somebody, if we don't help our own, ain't nobody going to help us.
Yes.
Okay? Now, we're going to help these kids in Hempstead. It's going to be a new day.
Thank you.
So, if y'all just hold on doing what you're doing now, we're on our way.
You know we will.
Okay, and I thank you. And I know you feeding them good too, girl.
That's right.
Yeah, I know she loves to cook. with 35 kids, I guess so. I mean, give her another hand. She's been reading up the Newsday and everything.
All the stop signs off that street. So how is that safer for our children? How is that making it a safer route? And I'm just trying to understand what happened with that grant money. I know the village got it, but I think it may be our responsibility to hold them accountable. They don't have crossing guards, they don't have stop signs. What did they use the money?
Okay, let me answer the first part of your question. You're totally right. The money, village has the money. So the district did not receive that money, it's the village. We have a meeting today with them. We had a couple meetings with them last year regarding that money, and we have a meeting today with them. There are schools that they want to work with specifically. One is Fulton, that was the school that they decided to work with, and the middle school. So I can provide you some information later with that because we have a meeting today and another one is scheduled. But we don't control that, they're the one that control that money. However, we can present them the concerns and where we think it will be more beneficial. And it's not only for crossing guard, it's for other things like training, student training, parents, putting sign, et cetera, et cetera.
No, I remember, I was on the safety council at the time when they first put the grant in, so I do remember. But the biggest part was the safe routes to school. And the educational component was to train the kids and to identify certain routes. They changed, some of the crossing here for the high school, but they took all of the stop signs, which blows my mind. Those stop signs have been there since I was a little girl because we walked to school. And so I think as a district, we can't just have conversations with the village. We need to know clearly what they've done with that money. I don't see any extra. If you go through Garden City, it's 50,000 crossing signs and flashing lights and 10,000 police on each corner, and all the kids are on a bus. Our kids walk to school. There are no buses, and there's no strike lines, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Trustee, I will be happy to take that, Dr. Garcia. I'm volunteering myself to meet with you on that cause. I will, Ms. Bracy, if you will inform me as I go, I will call and set it up. Make note of that. Everybody else is volunteered, so I'll be on that committee. Ms. Wright, is that the memo cards?
Yes.
These are these are the last cards that we will receive for the evening. We will not receive any more cards. Ms. Jefferson, how you doing?
And thank you for giving my son the award last year.
Well deserved.
And placing him in the newspaper. The second child graduated from Hempstead. But anyway,
Beautiful.
at the end of the school year, you do an exit out or review for the next meeting for the IEP. There's a lot of things placed into that meeting where this child should get one-on-one tutoring, one-on-one aid, buses, whatever their criteria pertains to. But come the following year, when it comes time, none of that is accomplished. For example, I already know we went into the buses, but for 2 net years now, my son is health impaired. He's supposed to receive a bus. 2 years ago, he did not receive a bus until the end of the year. Last year, at me calling, everybody knows my mouth up here, so you know I be calling. He did not receive one until 3 months before the end of the school year, and still there's no notification for the bus to come to this high school for his health impairment. And it says in the IEP meeting, he's supposed to get a bus, and then, like I said, numerous other things that students are supposed to get. It's not handled.
Okay. Dr. Garcia?
Debbie's gonna look into it. She's gonna look into it.
Yes, this year it falls into my lap in terms of transportation.
Yeah, but it's not only transportation, Mr. Long. It's numerous other services that these children are supposed to get. Extra time on tests, whatever, extra time on tests through the classes, if they need to go to the media center for somebody to read the test to them, whatever their qualification handles, they're not receiving this. But every year you guys give an IEP, and whatever that IEP specifies, if I'm not mistaken, John, hello, hi, is it not against the law not to follow the IEP?
Just me.
Okay, all right, so.
I'm talking about the exiting IEP.
Not the exiting out of the school, but at the end of the year, every student, you tell the parents what they have achieved and what they will need to help achieve for the next year. Oh, this might get too close, my bad.
Yeah, that's
Can
all
I
right.
have your phone number where you can reach tomorrow?
No, I don't want to get the phone out. You gotta come write it down.
I hate people love me. They can't, they be changed. I got to change my number.
Would you walk over, Ms. Shipson, would you be kind enough to walk over to her when you
All right.
finish and give it?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Next.